What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content in the near future, give this video a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you get it. Now let's get into this video. Alright, so it's the NFC time for it's NFC time, man. It's time for NFC team previews, man. And we're gonna start off with the NFC East. And as you can tell by the title, we're gonna start off with the Philadelphia Eagles 2019-2020 team preview, man. And yeah, if you guys don't know how this works, let's check out all my other team previews before and catch up, man. I'm not gonna talk your heads off. We're gonna go ahead and get into things, man. Alright, so 2019-2020 team preview. So of course the Philadelphia Eagles, they won the Super Bowl in 2017, beat the Patriots in a shootout with Nick Foles. 2018, the season was looking dire. Looked like they were pretty much out the playoffs after that Cowboys game in Dallas. Nick Foles comes in, they make it to the playoffs, win the wild card game, nearly beat the Saints in the divisional game, and nearly made it to the Super Bowl again with Nick Foles. But like we know, Nick Foles is gone. He's heading to Jacksonville, and it's the Carson Wentz show, man. And you know how we work on this channel. We always speak about the offense when it comes to the team previews first. And to start off, you gotta start off with Carson Wentz. Look, we already know what Carson Wentz is all about. We know that he has the skill set to be a top 5, top 3 quarterback in the NFL. Point blank period, man. We remember that 2017 season that he had. I mean, he was looking like the best quarterback in the NFL. I mean, before the injury happened in 2017, where he torn his ACL, he was looking like the MVP of the NFL, right? Injury happened, missed the whole entire season, of course, after that. Came back in 2018, came back second game of the season, looked decent, but wasn't the same Carson Wentz that we saw, man. And dealt with back issues last year. So I mean, he just wasn't the same. He just wasn't the same quarterback that he was before the injuries. But now Nick Foles is not there. He doesn't have to worry about Nick Foles coming in and possibly taking his spot, him being the Super Bowl champion, being the Super Bowl MVP, and living up to his standards. This is now Carson Wentz team. No discussion. You know what I'm saying? This is Carson Wentz team, man. Like I said, Carson Wentz has all the skill set to do everything. He's elusive in the quarterback. I mean, I haven't seen that many quarterbacks just so elusive in the pocket. He's not the fastest quarterback. He doesn't have the most speed. He doesn't have Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick type of speed, or Kyler Murray type of speed. But I mean, this dude is so elusive in the pocket. I mean, he makes so many people miss. They throw on the run. Dude has a strong arm. He's pretty accurate when he gets going. I mean, he's just everything you want out of a quarterback. But like I said, injuries kind of prevent us seeing fully Carson Wentz last year. But now he's fully healthy, going to training camp, which is good news for Eagles fans. He's not dealing with no injuries. He's coming in fully healthy. And I'm expecting a huge season from Carson Wentz, man. And we're going to speak about all the offensive talent on this team. Yo, there's plenty of offensive talent on this team, but I'm expecting Carson Wentz had his best season. I'm talking better than his 2017 season. I'm talking about he might be my early pick for MVP. I mean, just what he can do on the field and all the talent that's going to be surrounded around him this year. He's probably my early pick for MVP. But that's all I'm really going to speak on Carson Wentz. I am a Carson Wentz believer. I do think that he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks this year. Point blank period. Now let's speak on this running game. I really want to speak on this, man. Of course, Jay Ajayi's not there anymore. He was a free agent. They didn't re-sign him. But they didn't bring him in. They traded for him. And you know what? This is one of my favorite underrated moves throughout this whole entire offseason was the Eagles trading for Jordan Howard, man. I absolutely love that move, man. I know a lot of people are talking about Jordan Howard's not that nice. He can catch the ball at the backfield. He's overrated. He wasn't as good as we thought he was. Cut it out, man. In 2017, 1,000-yard rusher, right? Year before, 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, Jordan Howard might be the most underrated back in the NFL. I can't believe how many people actually think that he's not a starting level running back. I don't get it. I think, like I said, I think a lot of people who watch football just forget about the power running game. I mean, Jordan Howard is one of the most powerful running backs we have in this NFL. You know, Jordan Howard, he can run between the tackles. He can break out, make a few big plays. You know, he's your ultimate number one running back. He's what you want, that number one running back. I'm gonna be real. He might be the best running back that Carson Wentz has ever had. You know what I'm saying? And I love me some LeGarrette Blount, love me some Jay Ajayi. But look, when they won the Super Bowl, how did they win it? They ran the ball between the tackles with a LeGarrette Blount. Ran it between the tackles with Jay Ajayi. Hell, Corey Clement came in, running between the tackles, making plays. But what was it all about? The running game. Jordan Howard, I mean, this dude can run between the tackles as good as the best of them. I mean, he's going to come in, he's going to make big plays, right? He's going to run between tackles, get the first downs. When they go in the goal line situation, they're going to give him the ball, and he's going to get in the end zone, man. I absolutely love this pickup from Jordan Howard. Fantasy football fans, do not sleep on Jordan Howard this year. The amount of touchdowns he's going to get, I mean, I'm expecting Jordan Howard to be out there and just be an absolute beast between the tackles. I couldn't believe that the Bears actually gave up Jordan Howard. And I don't want to speak on their team that much because, of course, I haven't done the team previews for the Chicago Bears yet. But I think this dude is absolutely still. I don't get how people just sleep on Jordan Howard like this. Just because he's not known to catch the ball out the backfield. So many teams passed up on Jordan Howard. I'm expecting Jordan Howard to have a huge season this upcoming year. But he's not the only thing at the running back position that the Eagles have. They also drafted Miles Sanders, who has potential to also become a 3-down back. Now, for the people that say Jordan Howard can catch out the backfield, cool. You know who they're gonna bring in when it's time for third down? They're gonna bring in Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, he came in. I think he's from Penn State. He played at Penn State, and this dude has potential to also be a top running back in the NFL. I mean, Miles Sanders, he's your more elusive back and catch out the backfield, more explosive. He'll probably have a few big plays, 50-yard plays. I mean, he's that type of running back. He has the elusiveness, the speed, the agility to make all the big plays that you guys want. So I think the Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard duo is going to be unreal, man. I'm talking about this is going to be maybe a top 10, top 5 running back duo in the NFL. Yeah, I said it, man. Jordan Howard, in my opinion, is going to pretty much prove himself as a top 10 running back, in my opinion, in this NFL. I mean, I'm just that big on Jordan Howard. And Miles Sanders, I mean, the hype is real, man. He's really that elusive out the backfield. He's going to have a lot of big plays. And I'm expecting him to be, one of the top rookie running backs in the NFL. One of the top. I won't say he's going to be better than Josh Jacobs, but he'll be out there with the top running backs. And I'm going to be real. Even after, I like some more running backs on this team. They still got Corey Clement. I mean, he's shown that he can play. He can pretty much, catch out the backfield. He can run those outside zone runs. They got my man Josh Adams. I really like Josh Adams. He's the other powerful running back who can run between the tackles. And they got Wendell Smallwood, who's actually played a lot of the snaps during the playoffs with all the injuries that happened. And they even brought back Darren Sproles, who we already know, as old as he is, he can still be a great third down running back. Catch out the backfield, catch a screen, you know what I'm saying, be a good punt returner. I mean, the depth at this running back position is crazy, man. And I don't get how people really call the running back position a weakness for this team. In my opinion, I think the Eagles are one of the top teams when it comes to the running back position. They got top tier talent in Jordan Howard. They got a great young player that's gonna come in and make an impact. His first season, Miles Sanders, and they got depth. They got Darren Sproles, Josh Adams, and Wendell Smallwood. And I like the depth that they have because they got, when it comes to their depth, they got players that can do everything. Darren Sproles, catch the ball at the backfield, be that great third down running back. Josh Adams can run between the tackles, goal line situation. Wendell Smallwood is a balance of both. Corey Clement is kind of a balance of a both who can run the outside when they catch the ball at the backfield. This running back position is lethal. So we got that. So we talked about the quarterback, talked about the running back position. Let's speak on this wide receiver position, man. So they got Alshon Jeffrey, a beast. They traded for Deshaun Jackson, who a lot of people weren't watching Tampa Bay Buccaneers games because, I mean, it was Tampa Bay. I mean, who was really watching Tampa Bay games? Unless you're a hardcore NFL fan like me. But we already know Deshaun Jackson still has the speed to get past the defense. I mean, he's coming back, returning to Philly, where he started off his career, and we already know he made his name in Philly. And he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back as a veteran with more awareness. He still got the speed to get past the defense, and that was one of the things that they were missing last year. They really didn't have the speed to get past the defense. When you bring in someone like a Deshaun Jackson who can get past the defense, has pretty good route running, can catch a screen, take it to the crib. I mean, this dude Deshaun Jackson is gonna come in and make an immediate impact, especially with Carson Wentz. I mean, can you imagine the play actions that they're gonna do? Say for instance, you got play action, Jordan Howard. Oh, they bit on the play action. Deshaun Jackson, pass the defense, 50, 60-yard touchdown. I mean, it's going to be for real. So you got those two. Alshon Jeffrey, beats, possibly a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Deshaun Jackson, one amazing deep threat. He come in and has good route running all around. And then you got the slot receiver, and Nelson Aguilar, who's been a solid slot receiver ever since he's been there. You know what I'm saying? He's going to work that slot. We already know what Nelson Aguilar is about. Then they drafted J.J. Whiteside, and he was drafted in the draft, of course, and I think this dude's going to come in and make an immediate impact. I mean, if you watch the tape of this guy, this dude catch radius, just how big and his catch and traffic skills are as good as anyone that was in the draft. I mean, this dude, you can literally throw it up in the air 50-50, right? When it's J.J. Whiteside, it's more like 80-20, 85-15. I mean, this dude's gonna be able to catch in traffic, and that's what you have to love. If you're a quarterback like Carson Wentz, you're gonna actually be able to take some chances when it comes to Whiteside. Big body receiver, has a great catch radius, and that was something that they also missed. Besides Alshon Jeffrey, there wasn't really not that other big wide receiver. Now you got another big wide receiver that can come in J.J. Whiteside, and come in and make a huge impact. A huge impact. So you got that. You got 4 really good wide receivers that can come in, and they all have their different roles. Alshon Jeffrey, he's going to work that short and immediate route. He's a beast. I don't care about what y'all say about him dropping the ball in the divisional game, whatever. We all know that Alshon Jeffrey, in general, has some of the best hands in the NFL, point blank, period. Y'all can climb all y'all want. I'm expecting Alshon Jeffrey to have a huge season, man. I'm a big Alshon Jeffrey fan. Deshaun Jackson, we already know what he's about. I mean, he's been doing this for like pretty much the past decade. This burning secondaries, point blank, period. Nelson Aguilar gonna work that slot. A really good slot receiver in the NFL. J.J. Whiteside, in my opinion, is going to be one of the best wide receivers, one of the best rookie wide receivers in this draft. I'm gonna be for real. This dude has a catch radius, like I said, that's absurd. Carson Wentz is gonna be able to force the ball to Whiteside. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be facing like the 4th cornerback on different teams. Oh man, not to get off topic, but they doing another top 100 list today. Now it's 90 to 81. Huh. Anyway, to get back on topic, man, this wide receiver position is for real. This is one of the best wide receiver cores that we have in the NFL. Point blank, period. All right, back to the offensive line, man. Yeah, let's get to the offensive line. We spoke about the quarterback position. I'm big on Carson Wentz. The running back position is for real. One of the most slept on running back cores in the whole entire NFL. One of the most slept on wide receiver cores in the NFL. Let's speak on this offensive line, man. This offensive line is arguably the best in the NFL. You got Jason Peters, who probably lost a step a bit, but he's still a solid left tackle. He's a really good left tackle still. He might not be the same top left tackle in the NFL, but he's still really good, right? He's gonna come. I think he's coming in. He's gonna be fully healthy going into the season. Cool. They're buying a new left guard. Isaac Simolo, probably butchered that last name. Solid. You know what I'm saying? Solid. I won't say good, but I say solid. Then they got one of the best. They got one of the best centers in the NFL, and Jason Kelce. I mean, Jason Kelce, one of the best centers in the NFL, right? You got Brendan Brooks, one of the best right guards in the NFL, right? Underrated name, but don't get it twisted, man. Brendan Brooks is one of the best right guards in the NFL. And then you got Lane Johnson at that other tackle position. I mean, we're talking about one of the best offensive line, maybe the best offensive line in the NFL. And they also got depth. They drafted Andre Dillard to be pretty much that backup tackle, because you know Jason Peters, he does have injury history, and if something does happen to Jason Peters, you got Andre Dillard, who is ranked as one of the best tackles in the draft. You know what I'm saying? So this offensive line is just for real. We talking about top 3, top 2, maybe top 1 offensive line in the NFL. You can only name a few off the top of your mind that might be at the same level as the Eagles when it comes to offensive line play. We talking about maybe the Steelers, maybe the Patriots, maybe the Cowboys, but the Eagles are out there with the best of them when it comes to offensive line play. I mean, just the amount of time that Carson Wentz is going to have in the pocket, you know, just the run blocking that they're going to have. They're going to open holes for Jordan Howard, open holes for Miles Sanders. I mean, this offensive line is going to be for real. This offensive line is going to be insane. Man, this offensive line is for real. So, and then we can't forget about the tight ends. They possibly got the best tight end duo, maybe the best tight end in the NFL. I know that's how a lot of people feel. You got Zach Ertz, who's ranked as a top 3 tight end in the NFL, right? And then you got Dallas Goedert, who proved as a rookie last year, came in and made an immediate impact as the other tight end. I mean, we all know about Zach Ertz, one of the best receiving tight ends in the NFL. He's going to play huge. Him and Carson Wentz always have that good connection. But his blocking skills, I mean, they're pretty suspect. But Dallas Goedert, we all come in. He's a really balanced tight end. He can come in, he can block, he can receive the ball. I'm expecting him to take a huge leap. And he played really well last year. I'm expecting him to be known as a top 15 to 10 tight end in the NFL. I mean, this dude has just that type of potential to be for real. And we already talking about a player in Zach Ertz who's going to take most of the coverage off when it comes to the linebackers and safeties, right? So then you got Dallas Goedert, who's going to be facing like the secondary linebackers, facing the secondary safeties. And he's just going to make plays, man. So we talking about one of the best tight end duos, maybe the best tight end duo. I think off the top of my head, I don't think I can name a better tight end duo off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. The Redskins have a pretty good tight end duo when it comes to Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis. There might be a few, but of course this tight end duo is for real. Got one of the best tight ends in the NFL. You got one of the young up and coming best tight ends in the NFL when it comes to Dallas Goedert. This offense just as a whole, I mean, this might be the best offense in the NFL. I mean, I gotta keep it a buck. I'm just keeping it objective. This offense might be the best in the NFL. I mean, they literally have no weaknesses. And the thing is, I'm not even talking about their starters. Their starters are crazy, but they got depth. You know what I'm saying? So if there's any injuries that can come in, cool. They got players that can come in, play a role, come in, make an impact. You know what I'm saying? So this Eagles team, when it comes to the offensive side, they are legit. I mean, I can make a case this is the best offense that's in the NFL, one of the best offenses I've seen in the past few years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm expecting them to have a huge year. And of course, the head coach. I didn't mention the head coach, Doug Peterson. Good offensive mind, really good offensive mind. So they got an offensive head coach that's gonna come in, scheme players wide open. This is one of the most legit offenses that I ever seen. They're gonna keep in the buck. But yeah, I can speak about the offense all day. Let's go and speak about the defense, man. And let's speak about this front seven. Yo, you want to talk about or the front four? You want to speak about the top front fours in the NFL? You gotta mention the Eagles, man. Now I know they lost Michael Bennett. As a Seahawks fan, so I love me some Michael Bennett, right? He got traded to the Patriots. Okay, Chris Long retired. Both of those two players had huge impact on the team, right? But let's speak about this team going into the new season. Look, you lost Michael Bennett, lost Chris Long, but the defensive end play is still there. You still got Brandon Graham, who's that left defensive end, one of the best left defensive ends in the NFL. We're talking about one of the best defensive ends, period, in the NFL. We know the impact that Brandon Graham has. He gets to the quarterback and stop the run. I mean, Brandon Graham, he's not the biggest defensive end name. He's not your J.J. Watt, not your DeMarcus Lawrence. He doesn't have that big name like that. But, yo, he got that production. He got that production for real. Then, on the other side, on the right defensive end, they have Derek Barnett, who, in my opinion, is going to have a breakout season. I mean, he showed some potential last year, showed some splashes. This dude's going to come in and solidify himself as, a really good defensive end. He's going to have a huge season. And then they brought back Vinny Curry, who I know another player with not a big name. He was part of the Eagles, I believe, in that Super Bowl run. He played for Tampa Bay last year. But we already know Vinny Curry makes a huge impact on the defensive line, where that's getting after the quarterback, stopping the running. I mean, he has good awareness. I mean, we talking about 3 defensive ends that can come in and make plays. So they got the defensive ends down, right? Then on the inside, the interior D-line, they have Fletcher Cox, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. Gets out to the quarterback, makes plays. This is what he does. Then they brought in Malik Jackson from the Jaguars. And Malik Jackson was one of the bright spots for the Jaguars last year, especially on the defensive line. You already know, you can stop the run and get after the pass. I mean, Malik Jackson is one of the most underrated defensive tackles in the NFL. Like I said, not a big name, right? He doesn't have the big names like some of the best defensive tackles in the NFL, but Malik Jackson, he brings a production. A great underrated pickup for the Jaguars. He's going to come in, for the Eagles. Going to come in and make an immediate impact. So you got 2 stud defensive tackles, right? Especially Fletcher Cox. And then you still got Tim Jernigan. There. Tim Jernigan played a huge part. Big body defensive tackle, can really stop that run. I mean, he really stops that run. He get after the passer a bit, brings a lot of pressure. I mean, Tim Jernigan he was a starter last year. I mean, he's really a starter. Now with Malik Jackson there, he's going to pretty much be that 3rd defensive tackle. So you can pretty much switch him in and out, bring him for depth. You know what I'm saying? And he's, man, you got Tim Jernigan as your 3rd defensive tackle. The depth is insane. This defensive tackle depth is insane. And then not to mention Trayvon Hester, in my opinion, is going to come in and make a huge impact. We already know that he blocked the kick in the playoffs. That Cody Parker kick in the playoffs. Sorry to remind Bears fans, but I think he's gonna come out and make a huge name. So I mean, you got top tier talent on the defensive line. when it comes to Fletcher Cox, Brennan Graham, Malik Jackson. And then you got depth. You got Vinny Curry, Derek Burnett. You got Tim Jernigan. You got Trayvon Hester. I mean, we're talking about possibly the best defensive line in the NFL. That's not a stretch. That might be fact that they have the best defense line in the NFL. I can't name any really off the top of my head that has the defensive line like this. When it comes to top tier talent, the depth on this team, I mean, yo, this D line is insane. I could speak on the D line all day. Let's speak on the linebacking core. And the linebacking core last year, of course, was a huge issue, right? The linebacking core was a huge issue last year. They did lose Jordan Hicks, right? So they did lose a few players there on the linebacking core. But they brought in my opinion, one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL, in Zach Brown. They brought in Zach Brown, man. And for you guys who wasn't watching Washington Redskins football last season, for you guys who wasn't watching football last season when it came to Washington, Zach Brown is one of the most underrated linebackers in the NFL. This dude can stop the run. He's a big body linebacker. I know EDP loves he loves his big body linebackers, man. But look, Zach Brown, big body linebacker, can stop the run, has great awareness. He's decent when it comes to coverage. I mean, this dude's gonna come in, he's gonna make an immediate impact. I mean, the linebacking core was a huge issue last year. They dealt with injuries and all, but I mean, their linebacking core was an issue. But now they coming in, they bringing somebody like Zach Brown who's gonna solidify himself as a linebacker, and he's going to make a name as one of the top linebackers in the NFL, in my opinion. I mean, just his run-stopping ability, his awareness. I mean, he's going to come in, he's going to solidify himself as a stopper on this linebacking core. You know what I'm saying? You already got to get past that tough defensive line, right? If you're running the ball, you got to get past that tough defensive line. And if you get past that tough defensive line, you're going to have to meet Zach Brown. And Zach Brown really doesn't miss that many tackles, man. So I love that pickup in Zach Brown. You still got Nigel Bradham, right? So I think this linebacking core is going to be solid. I'm not going to say top 10 linebacking core, right? But I'll say around that top 15 area, right? I mean, when you bring in somebody like Zach Brown who's going to make an immediate impact on that linebacking core, yeah. This linebacking core, I really can't call it a weakness anymore. There's still a few spots on there that's kind of iffy, right? But I like the pickup in Zach Brown. All right, so on to the secondary, and I've been seeing a lot of people been saying that this secondary is a huge weakness. Like, this secondary is atrocious, and I mean, okay, looking at last year, especially with the injuries that they dealt with, the secondary was just getting beat up. I mean, it was looking pretty ugly, right? Yeah, it was looking really ugly, especially in the middle of the season when all the injuries was happening. I believe Ronald Darby got injured, Sidney Jones. I mean, it felt like everybody besides Malcolm Jenkins was injured, right? But they did step it up later on that season. I mean, we got to remember, in the playoff game, when they faced the Bears, they only gave away 14 points, right? During the Saints game, in the divisional game, we talking about the Saints, Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. They were shutting down the Saints offense, especially in that first half. You know what I'm saying? This secondary was stepping up late in the season. That's what you have to like going into this season. And plus, with all the injuries that happened, and of course injuries are never good, but it gave some of those players, some of those development players that wasn't going to really get that much playing time, it gave them a lot of experience, especially that playoff experience. And that's huge, right? So you're getting Ronald Darby back. He didn't come in and be that right cornerback. You're getting Jalen Mills, he's going to be there. Maybe he can step up. I know he struggled in the earlier part of the season. Maybe he can come back. He's going to be that left cornerback. Then you got Sidney Jones, who's going to come in my opinion, make a huge impact, man. You also got Avonte Maddox, play huge in the playoffs, right? These guys will come in. You got Kravion Layback, who was really playing well in that slot cornerback, especially when it came playoff time. He was deflecting passes. around the ball, had good awareness in my opinion. Yo, the depth around this position is actually really good. Ronald Darby, he's going to prove himself to be a top cornerback in my opinion. He's going to be a top cornerback on that team. Then it's really going to be a position battle there because I could see Sidney Jones, Jalen Mills, Rasul Douglas, Trevon Leavitt, or Avonte Maddox, all coming in and making impact. So it's going to be interesting in training camp what they decide to do. Are they going to cut one of those cornerbacks? Are they just going to use that as depth? In my opinion, just use them as depth because you know the injuries that happened last year. And I think all those cornerbacks can come in and make an impact, where that's the outside cornerback or in the slot. I especially like Crevion LeBlanc and Avonte Maddox in the slot. So we'll see how that plays out. But I actually like the depth when it comes to that cornerback position. You know, I like Ronald Darby as that top cornerback. So I'm actually thinking this secondary, this cornerback, the cornerback situation that is actually pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Free safety, they got Rodney McLeod, solid safety. I know it's taught that Avonte Maddox might play safety this year. I'm not sure how that'll play out. We'll see what's good with that. But what I really like on this team is, of course, Malcolm Jenkins. I mean, he's one of the best strong safeties we have in the NFL. I mean, he can pretty much do everything. He can play in the back as a deep safety. He can play in the box. He has great awareness, can stop the run, a really good tackler, is around the ball, make plays. I mean, Malcolm Jenkins is one of the best strong safeties we have in the NFL. I mean, pretty much the only bright spot for the secondary this year, right? So they got Malcolm Jenkins there. But the pickup that's so underrated that I don't really hear that many people speaking about is the pickup in Inju's scenario, Sajenjo. I butchered that name bad, B. I butchered that name bad. But look, for you people that don't remember, he was that other safety that was playing alongside Harrison Smith. And he showed really good sparks. I mean, he was a really good safety, especially that 2017 season. He was making plays all around the field. And I really like that pickup, man. You could honestly have both of them start. You could have Malcolm Jenkins and Andrew starting at that other safety position. Or you can just have them as depth. I mean, this secondary is actually, in my opinion, kind of stacked. Yeah, they kind of stacked because they got depth everywhere, right? They got top tier talent when it comes to Malcolm Jenkins. Ronald Darby, in my opinion, is a pretty good cornerback. And then they just got depth everywhere. So injuries, I don't really see injuries really playing a factor, because if someone goes down, they got someone to come in and play that position. So, in my opinion, I mean, this team overall is just stacked. I mean, is there really a weakness on this team? I mean, if you want to get picky, but okay, for the people that say secondary is an issue for this team, tell me why, right? Because, like I said, Ronald Darby is a solid cornerback. They got depth over there. Not superstar players, right? Not even saying star players. Not saying even your regular starters. But they got people that can come in and make plays, right? Make plays, know where to be at. And I think can come in and be solid at that cornerback position. The safety position, in my opinion, is really good. When you got Malcolm Jenkins and the Andrew Sajenjo, I'm just not going to say the last name. I know I keep on butchering it. But you got him, you got Rodney McLeod, who's a decent safety. I mean, the safety position is not an issue in my opinion. The secondary is going to come in my opinion, make plays, right? They're going to make plays. They're going to get people out on third down. And then we don't even got to speak on the offense, right? We don't got to speak about the offense. There is no weakness in the offense. I mean, yeah, what can you really say about this team? I mean, in my opinion, this is one of the best teams I've seen in a while. I mean, I think the odds are that they're going to be the team to come out, or I know a lot of people are picking the Eagles to come. Well, a few people are picking the Eagles to come out the NFC, and it's hard to disagree with them, man. I mean, this is one of the most talented teams I've ever seen, honestly. Do you guys remember that what was that super team, that quote unquote super team when it came to Philadelphia Eagles? I believe it was the 2011 year. I believe so. That was the year that they had Michael Vick, they had LaShawn McCoy, they had all these superstars. They brought in DRC. I mean, they were considered. They had Usama. I mean, they were considered as a super team in the NFL, right? I can make a case that this team right now, currently, on paper, is better than that quote-unquote super team. That 2011 Philadelphia Eagles super team. And that 2011 team, of course, didn't live up to expectations at all. I mean, it was a really ugly season. But this team on paper, in my opinion, might be just better. I mean, this team literally, in my opinion, probably has no weaknesses. I mean, if we want to get real technical, maybe that other linebacking position where Zach Brown is not at and Nigel Bradham is not at, that left linebacker position might be a spot. But, I mean, like, you got Zach Brown and Nigel Bradham. If they can both stay healthy throughout the season, I think they can make up for that left linebacker position, and especially with the D-line that they have. Like, come on now. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, of course we rank teams here. And like I said, last year they barely made the playoffs. Carson Wentz, this is a huge year for Carson Wentz. A lot of people don't believe in him. A lot of people just don't see him being healthy, but I see him being healthy this year. I see him being an MVP candidate. He might be my early MVP pick. So, I mean, I really have no choice but to put this team in the elite category. I mean, yo, do we have to read the talent that's on this team? Do we have to really see the talent on this team again? I have no issue putting this team in the elite category. They have to be a tier 1 team. They have to. They have to. And like I said, I know they struggled last year, but this is a new season. And honestly, this team right here is one of the most stacked, dominant teams that I've seen in a while. I mean, they literally have everything you would want after this team. I could definitely see this team making the Super Bowl. In my opinion, on paper, they're better than the team that won the Super Bowl that year. So, I mean, what really can you say? This team, Eagles fans, be looking forward to the season. This is going to be an amazing season. You guys are going to put up points. You guys are going to make plays on the defensive side. Offensive lines are not going to be able to block your defensive line. And it's going to be complete domination, in my opinion. I mean, I'm just expecting a huge season from Philadelphia. I might have to go check out a Philadelphia Eagles game. I need to go head out to Philly, see what's good out there, and try to make a game or something, man. Because I want to see this team in person. So, that's all I really got to say, man. That's all I really got to say. Eagles fans, do you agree with this? Are you guys as hyped going into the season? Are you guys looking forward for the NFL season like I am for your Philadelphia Eagles? Because I think your team is going to be amazing. I think, yeah, I mean, I'm expecting huge things for the Eagles this upcoming season. So, we'll see what's good, man. We'll see what's good. But that's pretty much all I really got to say. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some gaming content in the near future, give this video a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you get it. I'm the Phenomenal One, and I'm out. Deuces.